Greetings, this is Dr. Babalola, aka Dr. Bab. I'm going to record 9 chapters on how to achieve optimal well-being. Suddenly, chapter 1 is going to start with your mind. The question is, do we know what we're thinking? Do we know what triggers us to eat that extra slice of pizza? Are we aware that there's always a stimuli and a response? Stimulus will be things like you step on the scale and your response will be maybe you feel excited or disappointed. A stimulus will be things like you see a cake and then the response is you feel hungry. Or you think about the gym as a stimulus and you feel tired. But it turns out that it's more than that. It's what is behind that thought that we're going to investigate. We have what we call automatic thoughts that sneaks upon us from time to time. 1 minute you're thinking of a menu that you're going to enjoy, that is going to be healthy and nourishing. And then the next moment you're like, oh, cheesy fries. And you're like, oh, I'm salivating already. But without realizing it, our automatic thoughts influence our decision. So sometimes we don't even recognize it. We don't recognize what is the negative thinking and how it has direct impact on our action. Let me give you a good example. So you're eating healthy and you're hitting all your daily steps, and then finally you go on the scale and you were expecting 10 pounds loss and maybe you only lost 1 pound. You go like, oh my gosh, after all of that, I've been there, so I know, I can relate. Your automatic thoughts, they come in faster than reality, and all of a sudden, all your efforts, you're discouraged because your brain is telling you, yeah, it didn't work, give up. Some examples of negative thoughts, I would love to share some, will be, if I don't lose 5 pounds this month, I will give up eating healthy. Yes, those kind of thoughts have crossed my mind before. We have this automatic thought of all or nothing thinking, and we just don't pay attention to other victories. We think about just those ones that we want, and we forget about other things that occur. So how do we replace our negative automatic thoughts with reality? So instead of saying I'm useless, I'm broken, I'm disappointed, you can say I'm strong, I'm capable, I am enough. So your automatic thought is, I didn't lose any more weight this week, but I made an effort. I have a little bit more energy, I'm sleeping better. We always need to pair the automatic thought with reality. So whenever we have our negative core beliefs, we need to always replace it with positive thoughts. And the more positive core beliefs that we have, the more positive automatic thoughts that we have. Our core beliefs, in case you're wondering what that is, are things that we accept as true, no questions asked. They're core to our identity, our uniqueness, our personality, and it's ingrained in us, so it's hard to go past it. All right, we got to settle that in our minds. Core beliefs are in facts. They're just a result of our experiences and our circumstances from childhood, right? So childhood experience. I used to have a core belief that I can't resist desserts because I was a sweet tooth. But I had to change not just my core belief, but also my automatic negative thoughts. And henceforth, it definitely improved on my reactions. So I want you to pay attention to this as you go about your day, that what are your beliefs? Because your beliefs will become your thoughts and your thoughts will become your action. If you say anything negative, you're going to have the action of negativity. But if you say positive things like I'm capable of losing weight, I'm capable of being healthy, I'm capable of reaching my goals, then your thoughts will be, yeah, I can do this. You start looking for possibilities. You're not going to look for excuses. Now, what we need to do is, because we have automatic thoughts, they are going to come. We need to learn to stop them before they stop us, right? We have to be way ahead of them. We need to anticipate that they're coming. So how do we do that? We have to identify unpleasant emotions. We have to identify the thoughts behind their emotions. We have to identify the pattern. We have to know what brings it on, what triggers it. Like, for instance, I say my kids, whenever we're getting into, an argument, I know because I'm an emotional eater that that's what is going to trigger. So right away, I want to abort that kind of conversation. So the question I want you to ask yourself is, after a long and stressful day, are you most likely to order in takeout, polish off the leftover cake that was in your fridge, have a big bag of chips, or you are just going to go into the break room and relax? I'll give you a second to answer that. Another question: what thoughts do you have before taking the action above? Do you pause to say, should I or should I not? But let me give you the options. I will sweat it off at the gym tomorrow. This cake will go bad. Someone has to finish it. I can't sleep. A snack will help. I have a long day. I deserve a treat. I've had a long day. I deserve a treat. And then the last question I want you to ask yourself, again, be reflective as you do this. What triggered your automatic thought? Was it the presence of the unhealthy food? So was it in your house and that was what led to it? Was it a stressful day? Was it you not having healthy options around? Or was it just needing to prevent food wastage? Suddenly, I don't think anybody just tries to prevent food wastage. So what was your question? How did you respond to that? So this just shows you that you can avoid your automatic thoughts, but you can make them positive, right? And you do that by, when you say I can't, you recognize it, you acknowledge it, and you remind yourself that you can. And here is how you do it. You just have to learn to recognize when they show up, right? What's going on in my head? Take a deep breath, acknowledge it, and say, no, that's not my reality. That's not what I want to focus on. And as the saying goes, we put energy on what we focus on. So if you want to focus on healthy lifestyle, living at your finest, whole, vibrant, and healthy, then you certainly want to do everything that you can to ensure that you get there. Thanks for listening. The next chapter, we're going to talk about checking your thoughts and your plates.